was disappointed to see the number of points of order that were called on the two previous speakers, Scott Moe and Blaine Higgs, and I'm glad they got that out of the way so that we could have a broader discussion. What I would make of it is that the MPs don't really know very much at all about what any of the provinces are doing to reduce emissions. They have a number of preconceived notions, thinking that the only solution is to put a retail carbon tax on people, which is, in our view, a punishing tax that doesn't achieve the outcome. They'd be far better partnering with us on the things that we know will achieve outcomes, like building out the hydrogen infrastructure, like helping us with small modular reactors, like supporting us in carbon capture and net zero projects. So hopefully there was a bit of an education that happened there, that they have a notion that emissions reduction can only happen one way. And I think this is the reason why the premiers wanted to come forward, is because each of us have our own different way that we're achieving a 2050 target. We're going to continue to intervene on the plastics ruling, since that has to go to a higher level of government. We won the first round with them declaring it was unconstitutional at the level of the federal court. And we are seeking advice on whether we can also challenge the carbon tax, now that it's, I think, violating the spirit of what was decided in the original Supreme Court action, which was to apply a tax equally across the country to all users in all provinces. The Bloc member this morning made the point several times that they don't have a fuel tax in Quebec, and we know that home heating fuel has also been carved out. There are only 12,000 Albertans on home heating fuel, so it's quite clear that it's not going to benefit our region. It's going to be benefiting other regions. And so when you undermine the spirit behind the legislation, we think that's another one. And there's just a variety in various stages. I think we just keep adding to the list, because the Constitution matters, and we have a federal government that doesn't believe that it matters. And if we don't stand up and defend our rights, who's going to? It is our job to make sure that when the federal government has an incursion into our area of jurisdiction, violating the highest law in the land, that we take the lead on litigating that, and we bring other partners on board with us on many of our actions. We do end up getting other interveners, but that should give you an indication of how often we think the federal government violates the spirit of the Constitution.